Spokane, Washington. I'm John Coughlin, along with my expert panel of champions, Michael Weiss, Charlie White, and Sinead Kerr. We just watched the men and ladies skate their short programs, a different format than we're used to seeing. What are your thoughts looking back at it?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, just even the fact that we had the men and the ladies on the same warm-up, I thought gave it such an interesting energy and dynamic. And you could see, you know, there was a few times they weren't really sure where the other were maybe going to be going on the ice. Maybe it was just a little bit of a different approach for the skaters. But I thought, you know, for this type of event where there's not quite as much pressure, I thought it made for a great atmosphere.
Well, I think good skating is good skating, no matter the format. Whether it's a team event or not, it comes down to the skaters skating well to make a good show and a good competition. And that's what happened. I mean, you had the top ladies in the world, Medvedeva and Ashley Wagner, skating great, as anticipated. And then in the men's event, Shoma Uno and Boyang Jin, all skating really well. And that's what makes a good competition, whether it's a team event or not. And that's why it was exciting to watch for me.
Sinead, what about you?
I thought that it was a fantastic event. They really fed off the energy of both the crowd and the teammates, and I think the skaters really seemed to enjoy themselves out there, and the camaraderie was just, you could feel it in the arena. It was great. The spirit was great.
I have to agree with that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the group winners from the men.
And you know, we talked about this before, that it was going to come down to the quads, and Dennis Ten has struggled this season with injuries, and really has kind of not really gotten to it. The World Championships was the first big event, so this is really continuing to build. It's early season for him, late season for everybody else, but he came out and just showed us what he's capable of doing. He's an Olympic medalist for a reason, and he hit beautiful quad triple in the program, and then a nice triple axel. Everything looked on tonight for him, and you and I talked about it, how you said he has a really high ceiling and a really low floor. Well, we saw this high ceiling tonight with a skate that was really flawless. And then the quad flip, never been landed before in competition. Boom, holds on to it. We saw him do it in practice. He even missed it a few times in the 6-minute warm-up, so I was like, but he popped back up with a smile on his face. You guys see that?
Yeah, he's got a lot of confidence.
He does, and from the World Championships, you know, when he fell so hard on that quad to come back and land a triple axel right after, and then he showed that guts in this program too, where he missed it in the warm-up and then nailed it when it counted, and a beautiful quad toe, triple toe late in the program. And then this triple axel was just the icing on the cake, the third jumping pass, light, easy, a great skate. And he joined the 100-point club. Very exclusive members, only Javier Fernandez and Yuzuru Hanyus are members of that short program 100-point club with a 105. Awesome, awesome skate. And then, not to be outdone in the quad department, Boyang Jin does the hardest combination ever done in skating, quad lutz, triple toe, jumped so high, almost jumped himself right out of the rink.
Up close and personal experience there for that front row.
You got to be paying extra for those seats. They got the sweat off his brow from that quad triple, and then late in the program too, another quad. You know, he makes them look so easy. These are not easy jumps, and there's a reason not everybody's doing them. The Americans did not do quads in this short program. Team Asia did, and that was the difference between them taking home the title tonight.
And now we're taking a look at the full standings from the men. As you can see, the group winners went on to be the top 3 overall. Fourth place is the return of Jason Brown, who had a strong showing. Adam Rapon, slight error, working for that triple axel, but definitely a commanding performance, all the way down to Sergei Voronov in 9th place. So we saw the big quads. We saw the return of Jason Brown. We have to mention that quad flip, we got confirmation from ISU that will be ratified as the first quad flip ever landed in competition. So a big congratulations to him for accomplishing that. Other than the obvious, what stands out to you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, as you said, Jason Brown has returned. And obviously if he's going to compete with these gunners, I mean, this insane quad revolution, he's going to need the quad. Obviously, his spins are amazing. His skating is amazing. He's got good edges. He's got good flow, all the things that, you know, us ice dancers like to look for. But, you know, we like the tricks too. And I think everybody's, you know, cheering, obviously, for his health. But for him to make an impact on the podium moving forward, he's going to need the quad. It's the same for Adam. You know, he's right there. Obviously, everything is where it needs to be. Just you got to start landing the quads consistently.
And the men were not the only ones to impress tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the ladies' highlights.
And the ladies lived up to it. I mean, she's the world champion, well, the everything champion this season, for that matter, for a reason. And it's because she does elements like triple combinations, and she makes them look easy. She does arm variations, their arm up over her head, just adding to the technical ability and the technical mark. Here's the triple flip, triple toe combination. And you know, even at the World Championships, when she wasn't able to get it off on the first time, there was never even a doubt that she was, you know what, I'm just going to put a triple on later. Why? Because she does, in practice, triple. I mean, she doesn't do just two. This is easy. This is like a short program. I'm just doing 2 triples. I normally do 3 and 4 consecutively in a row, which is unbelievable.
In the second group, we saw that the winner was Gabby Daleman, and she was outstanding. Really a solid triple, not really any bobbling. She had to work a little bit for this triple Lutz, but stayed up on her feet there enough to come away with the win for this group. And that's what's so important in this team format in the short program, is making sure that you get that 12 points at the end of the day, which is a completely different mindset than when you're out there competing against the full field head-to-head.
Was, and she had a very infectious skate too. She had the audience behind her, which is a lot of times the challenge, and that's something that Ashley Wagner certainly had right from the start. When the music starts, she grabs the audience's attention, and she skated with a confidence that I hadn't seen, even better than Worlds, in my opinion. And she was amazing at Worlds.
Well, she skated with the confidence of being someone that is a world medalist.
Yeah, and it was so comfortable out there. When she did elements, there was no hesitation. This triple loop was like delayed. She just launched up in the air and then light, low, easy landing. But the whole performance had that, and it was the best I've seen her skate that short program.
So now we're taking a look at the rest of the ladies' field. You can see there in 4th place, Gracie Gold with a very respectable 71 points. Satoko Miyahara also. Charlie, I know you're a big fan of her. Talk about her a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I asked her the other day if she ever made a mistake, just to see what it feels like, and she said no. And you know, I just love her skating. I mean, just her edges, her quality. You know, I guess you can ask for her jumps to be a little bit bigger. I think that's something that does separate her. You know, maybe the only negative I have to say about her. But I mean, even the fact that she can spin both directions equally well, and I just don't think that gets enough credit. Just outstanding skating from her, but you know, a little bit disappointing, I think, maybe for Gracie.
Yes, Gracie will be disappointed in that performance, I'd say, especially coming off Worlds. For me, Ashley was fantastic tonight. As Mike just said, she was so relaxed, and she really brought forward that energy from Worlds and that medal-winning performance. And she just skated outstanding.
She seemed to be playing with the audience and even her teammates. As she went by, it was that like, look at this, guys, I'm skating really well. It was like one of those, and that attitude, it affects your marks. You know, it affects your skating, it affects the ability and ease with which you do stuff, and that affects your score.
Well, earlier we made a few predictions, and by we I do not mean Charlie.
I made a prediction, and it came true.
But at Ice Network, we like to give credit where credit is due. Mike, you picked Team Asia's men to win. Sinead, you picked Team North America's ladies to win. Team Asia did win the men's event, placing first in all 3 groups, which is incredibly impressive. And Sinead, Team North America ladies did finish first. So a big congratulations to them. And Charlie, you need to suck it up and make a prediction.
I predicted great skating. And we got great skating.
And you will also be running for president with that statement.
Formal announcement.
Our final thoughts for today have to be that while this was incredibly exciting, tomorrow is a completely clean slate. The dance and the pairs will be making their contributions to the Team Challenge Cup final standing. So everything starts at 0 tomorrow. What do you guys take away from today as far as who has the momentum and who has some fighting to do to regain that so that they can come away with the Team Challenge Cup?
Well, I think Team Asia and winning the night, obviously you have momentum and you feel good about that performance tonight, and you're going to do it again tomorrow. But there's strong teams all the way across the board. I mean, there really is. Team North America was right behind them, so it was a battle right till the end of the last group as to who was actually going to win it. So, you know, it's you got to carry that momentum if you skated well, and then, you know, sometimes if you didn't have great skates like Gracie, and maybe in the free skate, now's your opportunity to redeem yourself a little bit, because remember at the World Championships she was the leader after the short program and then didn't skate a good free skate. So here maybe it could be reversed, where maybe the short program not the greatest, and then she comes out with a great free skate.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see too, because I think Team Asia's pairs and dance are going to struggle a bit with the very strong teams from Europe and North America. So from a pairs and dance perspective, I'll be looking at those two teams to be leading the way.
I think the same as Charlie. I'm thinking that Asia is going to struggle a little bit with the ice dance in the pairs, and definitely Europe and North America have extremely strong teams in those events. So it's going to be very interesting tomorrow.
So speaking of the pairs and dance, they will be kicking things off for us tomorrow. Then the ladies and men will be back. We'll be right here at the ice desk at approximately 1:15 to set it all up for you. Stay tuned on IceNetwork.com. The short program press conferences are coming up next.